Mejo so bibia boko. Yen hwe di obetumi apeki abe and then san makoto ade aba.
Mechia minyan mabiga for Michiobia. Right. First of all, the most important thing, so far as me I'm concerned with everything hula baloo, buhaha going on in Ghana, they say we need some paradigm shift in the way politics is conducted in Ghana. And I always start my argument by going straight to the point, say we need to find ways to chip away the grip on hold of on power by the two main established political parties, MPP and NDC. And from my own analysis, the only practical, if you want to be pragmatic, way to do it is to diffuse them gradually through parliament. And until, say, all of us who believe strongly, say, MPP and NDC are showing consistently over the last 27 years of this shambolic Fourth Republic democratic dispensation. They've shown consistently, say, whenever any of them is given the chance to come and take over the reins of power, they reduce the standard of politics in Ghana. Mainly because of politics of equalization. Because instead of them, when they've been given the power to come on board and raise the bar, they end up lowering it because the only standard they look out for is the weighted and shambolic one that was thrown to the garbage and giving them the chance to come. So whenever any of them is in power and civil society, we are honestly, genuinely criticizing the state of governance in Ghana. No, all that they say is say their political opponent are accusing them of corruption, of accusing them of that, but it will not work. It's not your political opponent from the same one that we remove that are loudly criticizing you. It is the people who remove your opponent from power who matter most. No, they are criticizing you. Inti who say oh you know yeah academy. They don't listen to the voices of the people, the ordinary people, the civil society opinion leaders, the people that when they speak within the civil society space now, it resonates. They don't listen to them because they amplify the voice of the civil society, ordinary people that are gradually becoming disillusioned, almost power about the politics in Ghana. So what do? We need to promote the idea of independent parliamentary candidates wherever we are. We need to champion this cause so that when young people want to go into politics, they don't only think say the only viable option for me to become an MP is to join MPP or NDC. Because it's a divide and rule tactics they are using. Let's have a very radical agenda to drive home this concept of independent parliamentary candidates. And then let people who want to go into politics believe, say, if we stand as independent parliamentary candidate, young, old, middle age, whatever, no, we will have people within the civil society space who will support us and look at what we are bringing on board and become part of a nucleus that will eventually bring together what we all want to see, a third force. They don't necessarily have to be a political party. They have to be people who share the same common purpose, the same interest to change things that are going on in Ghana radically. To make sure, say, MPP and NDC, we force them in a way, if really, because they are not going anywhere. Obiaka say MPP and NDC, we will smoke them away. It's not going to happen. But what we can do is say we will awaken them. We will, as much as we are awakening the consciousness of the people, no, we will awaken the consciousness of a few good ones within them to radically change the way they do their politics, because there has to be a change within these parties if our democracy is going to survive, and there has to be a change within civil society about a strategy to diffuse them if we really want to improve things. Because without a strategy, all the nice things we say will come to nothing. It will only be talk. We need a strategy, and we need to make people understand that they have to be part of the strategy.
The way I am penning for so kata tama national ID ni buy and the way our more office and I are appointing on this so that we need birth certificate, we need passport, we are not going to register any other. It's like the person had the authority to say anything to anybody, and until this time we don't know where that thing is going. Because if you look into Ghana, sorry, nipa or birth certificate here thing, nipa or passport here thing. It's like unless one make it avenue, be said in Archie can say one make it avenue, be say okay, this is what we are demanding, and for 1 year we're going to give birth certificate free to every person. You give this away Ghanaian, you don't have to pay money. Then you can stand on after 1 year and say we are not going to register you. But the way now Mokasa, look at how this man is talking, Mr. Amuako is talking. Say Miano, I will make sure. Say yeah, I will make sure. The president, I will make sure the president is not sack you. You can't say position, you know. Who is saying?
Sir, Minopari, this is the dysfunctionality of the whole system, because everything has become so polarized and partisan that the minute people have political power, they think they're in control of everything. The law begins and ends with them. What they say is what is going to happen. I mean, Kennedy Paul can sometimes say nice things, but most of the time, no, he will say something, some stuff as annoying as may make sure say be in may make sure say be in. What power have you got? I mean, at the end of the day, no, don't we have systems in place that are working? No, we don't. That is why some of them can have the boldness and they've got the affront to come real in front of the camera and say such crap, and they get away with it. But we don't have enough civil society opinion leaders who are angry and passionate enough to hit the nail right on the head to make these people see, say, no, they are going to amplify the anger of the people. To make the people see, say, no, this thing cannot go on forever. Because the whole system is dysfunctional. I'm going to say something here, but no disrespect to Mr. Yeah, quickly. No disrespect to Mr. Jan.
Okay.
No disrespect to Mr. Jan, your friend Jan Meboa, the aspirant independent candidate who spoke. But I wasn't impressed. He didn't show, say, he need.
Mr. Richard is here, but I'm going to remember.
No problem.
Not yet the Yamami Sophia Kufu, the Anunso Akahon, in terms of more broadening up campus near there and still not looking for the mass. Video. The time round table, sorry. Yawada. Me lawyer case in Tiano, I will be able to do. Round table and a YK na mate so Kofi Chimberima akasa achi akasa abe e wo so ma mi Julie e kan ye ho e wa hanomo omunyina so e be kasa na bibia akoso kama na mi konma kwa kubusa YK na me na no asi mi say independent candidate na enye platform isu no kasa de but it could be YK tie no metie na some kakra bi then on my view and the point in terms of the mass production, the fair year in for 3 SHS, it will spill over to every field and answer every faculty and what your school say when you can push all these people to school and you expect you're still going to get few ones, no, and we want all of them to go to school. So we go school there, say medicine or pharmacy or whatever it is, these people will go there. Into I don't know where we're going to stop these people. Or more, about 100, 200 people will go and read the exams. They are passing the part 10, they are failing 190. It's too much. You have to find a way to stop them somewhere. Okay,
just quickly, I was just going to use to buttress the point I'm making, say, At the end of the day, if you're going to fight somebody that is obviously, with all intent and purposes, they have more machinery to fight you. You need to be strategic and controversial. When you hear most of our independent candidates it's not because Kofi Granting is on. I mean, there are things I don't agree with Kofi Granting, but he's controversial enough. That is what an independent candidate needs. And this is why I speak to them, especially Jacob said, try and you all come together because you all have got your strength. What I say, the way you talk to one group, it's not the same way when you're giving a platform on radio. You have to be calm, and if you are doing an interview one-on-one with a journalist, you can be calm. But at some point, you have to be controversial and very aggressive to certain questions. But when you maintain a very smooth level of composure, addressing all the issues, there are some issues that should rouse your passion to make somebody listening to you say, yes, that is the fire I need to get away these people. So we need to criticize ourselves to make sure say the fight enye bayira abrewadwe. So if you have the opportunity to be addressing certain issues, sometimes your passion must flare up for people to see, say, this is something that is bloody unacceptable. It cannot go on. Then the people will see, say, right, this is the man we need. But we are not seeing that. And until we can do that, look, why do you think that Kennedy Japan has a lot of traction? As controversial as he is, he's got a lot of traction because he's controversial. And he's controversial overboard. Why do you think that somebody like Kelvin Taylor is getting traction? He is controversial. He says things that are borderline not good enough, but he is controversial. In a calculated way, you have to be controversial. It is politics. If you're not controversial enough, you will not get a traction. And that is a strategy that most of them must know. Say, until you want to develop your own publicity and traction, you must be controversial. Given the chance, you have to be. Unfortunately, Mr. Jan, I didn't hear that in his voice in the last segment. This is what I'm saying. If he's listening, he needs to be more controversial. Other than that, he will not get the traction he needs. And they must come together. We are supporting them, independent presidential friends, aspirant. We're supporting them, but we have to be realistic and pragmatic. None of them on their own can make any impact. They need to come together. Talking about this, your friend saying, Chief Justice issue. I mean, me know you're born come with you. Last week I said something, and I'm going to repeat myself. At the end of the day, right? Law, so far as me I'm concerned, like I said, I can understand where the Chief Justice is coming from. Oh yeah, old-timer conservative views, which are old and jaded. But I can understand because sometimes you listen to some of these lawyers, I don't want to name names, but court say and go home country, or just say, yeah, the brofonia they court argue. But you listen to some of them, seriously, they lack even the ability to explain the law and express themselves very well in the language that is used in the court. I didn't set that language. The system set it up. You use English language to argue your case in court. So if you listen to a lawyer now, wow, on your lawyer crying, you are not confident enough in their ability to express themselves, then we have a problem. In the last week I said, I think the practical way to assess lawyers, it's not a matter of mass production, but the practical way is the oral examination. It should take the forefront. It should take the front seat, the pole position in assessing these lawyers. And I am not saying there has to be mass production. I don't believe in mass production. What I say, especially with a profession like any profession. But there has to be some standard, and you have to move with time. Say, if times have changed, and this is not a profession that Uka could grab a friend saying to find where the intestines are or the kidney is. It is a law that is a profession that is based on making sound argument. And even within the profession itself, you can go to the Supreme Court of 9 justices who have passed through the mill, and you think, say, on a particular issue, no, you get 5-4, you get 6-3, you get whatever. So, on even the basic concept of law and its interpretation, no, as long as they have divisions there, no, it means that if that question was put to somebody and the person responded in the way that Obina or on the 4 in the side of the way you answered the question, they say in the negative, no, so say it should be in the positive, so be fail you. The other person too, we are lucky now, or paper cotton anymore, but parcel. So I don't think written exams is the best way to assess lawyers. Me personal view, no. But that doesn't mean as well say they should lower the standard. The standard should be up there, but it should be an oral thing that you give the person the opportunity to argue themselves out, even if you don't agree with them. Some of the lawyers I really admire them most is somebody like NDC Nia, not Naya, Nitiwa Pabisano. No, I think no, road minister.
Ayariga.
No, Ayariga. Bakubi or Basupa, that person be.
Okay.
Good, thank you. Thank you. Even when I don't agree with what he's saying, the guy is so smart with law. Say he can twist and turn the way he can interpret the law and give you the options. That it's not as black and white as you say it. This law tells me this and this law tells me that. So you cannot say for sure, say this is the case, this is that case. This is how you have to orally examine people to see, say, they have the ability to see the law in its different shades, because law has got different shades. It is so ambiguous sometimes that it got different shades.
The mark and crunch money be more assembly in our court and say they find it a way. Niyama PPP Niyama Medinike or it's becoming like, okay, you're finding a way just to kill them. Because if then American, there should be a cut-off point. We are looking for NIPA 50. But if you are opening the floodgate, opening floodgate, I'm about 200 people, and you know you're going to pass only 10. How? It's free. It's expensive.
Maybe I haven't followed their issue. Where is it about the entry exams or the final exams?
Final exams, no. Final exams. After so when you have intake of about 200, no. Final exams, no more pass 10, no more feeling 100 and something, and that's no more feeling 90, no.
To write it again.
Yeah.
I mean, so that makes my argument even more laudable. Say, I don't believe, say, a final exams. I mean, where is the cumulative scoring of what they've done so far? A final exam shouldn't be
assessment.
Yeah, continuous assessment. That's what I'm saying. No? A final exam should probably take about 20% of your whole, or maximum 25% of your whole work you've done. I mean, it's not acceptable.
And yet it's not good.
It's not acceptable. You cannot fail a final exam in this day and age. That continuous assessment is the modus operandi of most institutions.
Then,
because
we question you, the teacher. Say, do you do the right method to teaching the people so that you don't have that mass failure? Because
that is the thing.
Why would you teach people and mass of people will fail?
That is the thing. I mean, and especially with a profession like law, you cannot use final exams to decide, say, it's more than 90% a failure. It's a joke. It's a joke. We want to maintain standard, but final exams shouldn't fail people based on just final exams. All those days are gone. They are long gone. Continuous assessment.
Okay.
So I don't agree with them, but I can understand the quality that she's talking about. But the system they are using is old and jaded. It's past its time, bedtime, and it must go to sleep.
That's it.